Looks like we're live. This is going to be my first YouTube video I've ever made, and also my first live event, and also the first time Arcknight's ever made anything like this. So it's a lot of things I've labeled it a test. I hope nobody stumbles upon this and says, you know, what is this? This is a bunch of crap. This is our first time, so we're making a test. We're trying to be smart about this, but you never know. So I will run through some basic things. I'm hoping you get something out of this if you ever see this. And we're going to do some stuff with our flat plastic miniatures. These are promo pieces for things that we have created and we are trying to show off. And if you're on this YouTube, it's probably very relevant to what we're looking for anyway, because that's what this entire YouTube will be. And we're just pretty much picking things out of this list of finished pieces and listing them online. Let's do a horse. Horse sounds cool. Alright, so here's our horse. I do not recall off the top of my head what size the horse fits in. Let me see if I have a test over here. Alright, the concept was that horses could fit in large tokens, but I'd really like them to fit in this filled out medium. And the way we're going to have to do that is by changing the perspective to a 3/4 perspective. And it looks like that might have already been done for this horse. So before I say too much, I will just check this out, and it might already be done. If you're not sure what I'm using, this is Adobe Illustrator. We use it for most things except for the actual art and creation of stuff. And it's a good program. It does a lot. I want to resize this to become a all right. And a lot of this seems like busy work. It seems pointless. But one thing you notice in these companies is that there's a lot of support. Every little thing we do that's a final product that looks so fancy has hours worth of other stuff that has to be done as well. And it's not very glamorous. It's just kind of tedious. But it has to be done. Now what I'm curious about, with Twitch and other feeds, while we're on the air, we can have people messaging us, we can have a window, we can have a little chat log of people that are talking to us live. So that's pretty cool, and I have no idea how that would happen. Is there any chance there's a chat room or some way to know who's connected to live so we can see what they're doing? And Twitch particularly allows donations and things like that, which is cool. Now, obviously, we're drumming up support for our own Patreon. So if we had someone who wanted to give us a donation, the ideal thing for them to do is go to our Patreon. That's the best thing they can do. But I still don't know how all this works. It looks like we have a chat. List all available commands, chat, group chat. Hello, I'm assuming if you are a viewer, you can see this. I'm actually going to ask one of my friends if he will jump in and connect to us and see what happens. So for that, we will now actually be popping on over to Skype. Let's see what we've got online. Let's message a couple people in case most of them are not available. Get somebody who is. And we'll see. If one of them come back, we'll have them jump in, and that could be really cool. We'll at least test it. We'll see if the chat works. We'll see how that kind of stuff works. You know, I'll ask Par as well. He's in Europe. People in Europe are probably not awake right now. All right. In the meantime, we'll get back to it, and perhaps one of those people will message me. And what I will do is I will try to keep this window here so that I can actually tell what's going on. And better yet, I'm going to try this. I'm going to have screen share. All right, we're testing something. Let's see if when I look over this thing, whether it comes back to me or just stays here. I'm going to screen share only my Illustrator window. This might be better for certain purposes, worse for others. But basically, if it's just sharing this window, I can have chat, I can have other things going on without being a distraction to the eventual crowd who might be watching this. Otherwise, you're going to be watching me chat, and maybe that's better. Maybe that way you can see what's being said, and it's even better. I don't know. We'll find out. Actually, it might actually be better. So we'll deal with all that later. This is a test. I'm speaking just to speak. I know none of this has any value or any purpose, but I want to be able to hear when I go back over it what everything sounds like and that kind of thing. So that's why I'm speaking to myself. And here we go. All right. And I believe our horse fit into this scale. I know these things were all created by Mario with a specific scale in mind, but I don't have notes on hand for what fits in what token size, because it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, when we create these, we put them where they fit, and it's so obvious where they fit. When they don't fit, they don't fit. And if they do fit, then you do whatever you want. Now, what this is going to say right now, if you lose this box behind it, this guide box, that's the height of a human. And obviously, a human's height is taller than a horse's back, but I don't think it's quite that short. I think we're really going to have to try and fill out this box and get it as close as we can. That's 75% of the height of a human. That's probably about right. If I'm wrong, I'm not that familiar with horse sizes, but it looks good enough for me for right now. And I will make a clipping mask out of this, and then reformat it, and then my new horse. Let's do this. Grab my old horse. I'm doing everything wrong. If you use Illustrator, don't do what I'm doing. And I'm messing up today. All right, I want the foreground horse. No, I'm not messing up. Okay. I want to go behind. What in the world have I done? All right, we'll redo it. So here's my first horse put behind this and made into a clipping mask. It's obviously my front horse, not my back horse. I will now lock my front horse. I will now cut my back horse. Okay, what on earth? A terrible test. Hey, watch this test while I screw up. These are grouped. And this now can get filled in. The horse in the background can be pasted inside. And then that front horse can be filled in. Okay, perfect. All right, I don't know why that was so hard for me, but I was doing something stupid. So that's that. All right, so our horse does take up a medium-sized token, and it will be very realistic to the size of a human, and it will not take up a ton of space, which is great. And no one's messaged me on Skype, so I'm going to continue to bother people. Mrs. Joel, yes. That's pretty much everybody I've got that I can message. So we'll see. Maybe one of them will come through for us. In the meantime, let's get rid of this. Okay. We'll resize this to 910 and slide it. So every time I do one of these, I make the same mistakes, and before long, I will not be making that same mistake anymore. That's what I promised myself. Brown horse. All right, that's our new piece. We have a horse, and we want to show it off. So I'll save this. And save it for the web. And brown horse. Token 7. Now we'll go to Patreon. So here's where, see, now's when the screen sharing is a problem, because I want to go to Patreon and you can't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to put this back to my desktop, and I'll probably be leaving it this way from now on. Actually, if I shrink this, you can't see it anymore. This is going to suck. No matter how I do it, you're either getting a phantom infinite loop or you can't see chat. And if you have a phantom infinite loop, then I can't see chat. Is there a way to not view what you're seeing? Hide from broadcast. How do I hide myself from my own broadcast? All right, we have a potential person. I'm testing a YouTube live stream to see if we can set up a live stream for one of our artists to draw online. I don't understand. But in theory, if you were looking for me, you could join my live stream. I'm testing a live stream. So apparently YouTube has done something weird, where even after I told it to go live and it sent me to Google Hangouts, it then sat there. And inside Google Hangouts, I'm live. But if I go to YouTube and say bring me live, it creates a duplicate. So I don't actually know what the name of this is or what's going on or how I find it. All I know is that it says Google Hangouts and I'm live. It should be called Arcknight Live Test Feed. Actually, let me try this link. YouTube page, video embed. Let's see if that works. try that link first and foremost. Oh, that's creepy. All right. Let me find something else for these people to look at. And I may have 2 people joining our little chat. That'd be kind of cool. And again, I have no idea if this is hearing my voice in recording. You do? Well, that's neat that you can see me. I don't even know what I'm typing. If you can hear me, you can just hear me. The problem is that I don't see on Google Hangouts that you're here in the group list. It says I have no viewers. It says I have a chat with a group chat. It says there's nobody group chat. Do you know if there's another way? Like, can you follow something that says, you know, join this on Google Hangouts? Brown horse. Okay. All right, let's upload this new file. This is our brown horse. Nothing too exciting, yet extremely useful. Okay, horse. Upload file. No. I want to upload an image. I want my brown horse to be viewed. The watching count changed. All right. Yes, it does say I have 1 viewer. I have no information on the viewer, though. Right, nobody does. It's kind of new. This is obviously Google bought YouTube, and they've decided they're going to make live streaming on YouTube possible, and they're doing it through Google Hangouts, but there's a lot of things that are very awkward about it. For instance, when I went into YouTube and I said I want to make a live stream, it popped me over to Google Hangouts, and apparently I'm broadcasting, obviously, but the YouTube page still said push go when you're ready to go live, and when I eventually said, okay, well, I want to make sure I'm live, and I pushed that, it just loaded a second Google Hangouts, and I was live twice. So it's got some bugs. And when I'm done with the Google Hangouts, I have no idea how it's going to kick me back over to YouTube to let me save it. Because the whole point is, whether you catch me live or not, we're creating an actual YouTube video stream. And if it works, that'll be cool. Oh, I messed this up. This is all wrong. My second horse should only be the back. So can you actually see what I'm doing? Can you see my desktop? Because what's terrifying is if this window's open, everybody's going to see this infinite hallway in the mirror, which isn't what we want at all. But if I don't have that open, I don't know how the hell I chat with people that are connected to me. Okay. Okay. That's probably my internet here at work. And the test is still successful even if our internet's crap. Because the person who's going to be live streaming also has bad internet, but it doesn't really matter what my internet is, as long as she can fix hers. We're going to replace this horse. The idea is these things that I'm making, I'm just doing busy work here, but she's actually drawing these. And we would like to live stream her creating these. We would like to then not only have them live, so you could watch her draw and chat with her and things like that, but also you could we can make a time-lapse video. And putting that stuff on YouTube is going to be really cool. There's a lot of art people that like to look at that kind of stuff, and I think it's really useful. And we'll see. People might like it. I have to see. This is another test for me right now. I messed up my first Patreon post, so I've got to see if I can fix it. So I can see what you're doing. Just took a long delay. Okay. I have to delete this whole post. All right, let's make it. Paid brown horse. The correct image. What's really cool is if I post something like our brown horse, and we've already done a live stream, here in this little URL section, I can actually link the creation stream or the time-lapse stream of the creation of that piece, and it'll be really cool, especially for people to get an appreciation of what went into it and how much thought Marta puts into making this stuff. So I think that'll be really cool. I'm excited for it. All right, let's create some duplicates. So I delete this delete pin. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's cool. So this kind of works. It does a lot of what we want, but it does not allow us to chat, which means we'll probably have to start Google Hangouts, shrink it, never touch it, and find some other way to chat with people that are connected to us live. Okay, thanks a lot, Mark. I'm actually going to end the Google Hangouts here, and we'll see how it works. There's currently no upcoming events. All right, so I'm going to stop my broadcast.